Hi everyone. So today onwards, I will deal economics of this second year. Yesterday already we have covered economic development and other topics by Shruti ma'am. Okay. Today onwards, I will take care of economics, and today we are going to learn few topics. Okay. The first topic is objectives of economic development. Objectives of economic. So we'll discuss objectives of economic development. There are 6 objectives now. There are total 6 objectives. First one, high rate of growth. First one is high rate of growth. Second one is economic self-reliance. Next one, third one is social justice. The fourth one is modernization. Fifth one is economic stability. Sixth one is inclusive growth. So there are 6 objectives of economic development. Okay, what are they? High rate of growth, economic self-reliance, social justice, modernization, economic stability, and inclusive growth. Now we'll discuss what is high rate of growth. Okay, to achieve economic development, there must be high rate of economic growth. Okay, already you know what is economic growth. So to achieve economic development, there must be high rate of economic growth. So for suppose last year we have produced 100 goods. So this year we have to produce 120 at least. Next year 140. Next year 200. So we have to rise. We have to increase. Okay, we have to rise the economic growth. Okay, next one, economic self-reliance. What is economic self-reliance? So we have to produce all the goods whatever we needed by ourselves. Okay, so we should not depend on other countries. So we should produce all the goods whatever we needed in our country itself. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో మన దేశానికి ఏమేమైతే కావాలో, మన కంట్రీకి ఏమేమి కావాలో అవన్నీ మనమే ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేసుకోవాలి. We should not depend on other countries. Sir, how we will depend on other countries, sir? We will import. So not importing, for suppose in place of importing we have to produce such goods. We have to try to produce such things in our country itself. We have to increase the exports and we have to decrease the imports, and we have to produce all the goods and services which required in our country. We have to produce in our country itself. Whatever we needed, whatever the goods are needed for us, that has to be produced in our country itself. Okay. Next one, social justice. What is the social justice, sir? In our country, every person, every individual has to be given equal justice. So there should not be any partiality. There should not be any regional disparity. There should not be any religious disparity. And all the democratic principles has to be followed by the government and our country. Okay, now there should not be any disparities. Disparities means partiality. So how the partiality would be? So for suppose you know why Telangana is formed, Anna? So why Telangana is formed? Only based on regional disparity, Anna. Ante for suppose, for example, so if any job is there, though if higher official belongs to Andhra, and if two persons came to an interview, one is from Telangana, another fellow is from Andhra. So if the higher official belongs to Andhra, so he preferred the Andhra guy only. So keeping all the talent, keeping all the eligible criteria aside, he preferred Andhra guy only. This is one type of disparity. Okay, and here by this, the Andhra people will get all the jobs and the Telangana people will not get the jobs. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఒక ఇద్దరు ఇంటర్వ్యూకి వెళ్ళారనుకోండి, the first fellow belongs to Telangana and Andhra. If higher official belongs to Andhra, he prefer Andhra person only. So this is one type of disparity, and this disparity is based on region, area. Region means area. The disparity which is based on area, that is called as regional disparity. And one more disparity is there in our country, religious disparity, and all this should not happen. Okay, next one, modernization. So earlier how the people used to farm, మనం ఇదివరకు ఫార్మింగ్ ఎలా చేసేవాళ్ళం, ఎలా కల్టివేషన్ ఎలా చేసేవాళ్ళం, we used to use bulla carts, we used to use the old ways of cultivation. Now we are using tractors and some other sources, okay, some other machinery in cultivation also. So this makes our work very faster compared to olden days. Yes or no? Yes. So this is modernization. We have to increase the using the technology, and we have to use modern ways, and we have to improve our efficiency by using the technology and by using the new machinery and by inventing the new methods of doing business. Okay, next one, economic stability. Economic stability means so there must be consistency. For suppose if I am earning 10,000 per month, this month I have to earn 10,000, next month I have to earn 10 months, and every month I have to get 10 months. For suppose I got January, February, March, I got 10,000. April, May, June, no salary. This is not consistency. The consistency means every month there must be a regular increase, a constant increase in the economic growth. If there is a constant increase in the economic growth, that is economic stability. So there should not be any ups and downs. అర్థమవుతుందా? అప్పటికి రైజింగ్ లోనే ఉండాలి ఎకనామిక్ గ్రోత్ అనేది. ఓకేనా? దట్ ఈస్ మెయిన్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ ఆఫ్ ఎకనామిక్ డెవలప్మెంట్. కొన్ని నెలలు పైకి అలా అయిపోయి ఇలా కిందికి వచ్చి there should not be any ups and downs in the economic growth. Okay, next one, inclusive growth. Inclusive growth is simple concept now. So in our country the government has to see all the people in a equal manner. So everyone should be treated in a same manner, and every community and every area, every religion and every religions has to be encouraged equally. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో కొన్ని ఏరియాస్ డెవలప్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి. ఫర్ సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ హైదరాబాద్, సో ఓన్లీ హైదరాబాద్ ఒక మన తెలంగాణలో, ఇన్ తెలంగాణ ఓన్లీ హైదరాబాద్ వాజ్ డెవలప్డ్ ఎర్లియర్. సో ఆల్ అదర్ ఏరియాస్ వేర్ రూరల్ ఏరియాస్ ఓన్లీ అట్ దట్ టైమ్. So now we are getting little bit development these days. సో అలా కాకుండా every area has to be developed. Every area has to be developed, and every area has to be concentrated, and every religion has to be concentrated, and every community has to be concentrated. First suppose, let's take an example. So government has taken a policy, introduced a policy. Government of a policy తీసుకొచ్చిందమ్మా. So the people of Telugu medium, you need not worry. Okay, I will be repeating the same concept in Telugu also. Okay, you can follow. You need not worry at all. So let's take example. For suppose in India there are 4 people. Let's take an example. In India there are 4 people, 4 types of people. So who are they? A, B, C, D. So government has taken a policy. Here that policy is helping only 3 people. Okay, by using the policy, these 3 people will be developed. So what about this fellow? So the government came to know that D didn't get any support from this country. So in at least in next policy, D, some policy has to be taken to develop this D also. And for suppose A, B, C, D, there are 5 people. A, B, C, D, E. Here in the second one, the first case, A, B, C were kept in mind. In second case, D, on keeping D in mind, the government or country has taken on one more policy, and one more fellow, this fellow is also developing, and one more fellow is there, E, and the keeping E in mind will introduce one more scheme or one more policy. So we have to develop. At the end of the day, all people should be developed. Okay, the country has to concentrate on all the people, not only A, B, C, D also should develop, E also should develop, not only few area. For suppose this is, suppose we'll take an example. For suppose this is India. So only this area is developing. So this should not happen. So all these areas should develop. So for suppose in the first phase you are developing this area. In second phase you develop this area. In third phase you develop this area. So end of the day all the areas should be developed. And the country has to take care of all the areas, all the religions, all the communities, and all other things. This is the concept of objectives of economic development. This is the first point. High rate of economic growth. Okay, high rate of economic growth. There should be always increase in the economic growth. Okay, and there should be always high growth. And next one, self-reliance. We have to produce all the goods whatever we require in our country itself. Okay, we should not depend on any other country. Social justice. Every person, every community, every religion, every region has to be given equal justice, and there should not be any disparities. There should not be any partiality. Next one, modernization. Modernization means using new ways of technologies. Okay, new ways of doing business and all the other things. Modernization. Okay. Next one, economic stability. Economic stability means there should be a constant increase in the economic growth. There should be constant increase in economic growth. And last one, inclusive growth. Inclusive growth means we have to keep in mind. We have to consider all the people. We have to consider all the areas. Okay, keeping in mind all the areas, we have to take a policy. We have to bring into a scheme into existence. Okay, this is the concept of objectives of economic development. Okay. Next concept, what are the indicators of economic development? What are the indicators? indicators of economic development. Indicators of what are indicators of economic development. First one, national income. First one, national income. Sir, what is national income? National income is total income earned by the country. Total earnings, total net earnings of the country. What is that? Total net earnings of the country. Total net earnings of the country. Okay. How you will consider the total net earnings? So taking the goods and services produced in India, the wages, the salaries, the rents, and the what is that? Interest. So these are the total earnings of India. And how you will calculate national income? Okay, how you will calculate national income? That is total net earnings of country. Now total net earnings of country. Okay, that is first indicator. And the national, always the national incomes must be high. Always the national income must be high. Next one, next point, per capita income. So per capita income. So here, what is the per capita income now? The earning, the total earnings of country divided by total population. Okay, the total national income divided by total population. First, suppose how the per capita income will be increased now. First, suppose let's take an example. So in India there are 3 people, A, B, C. First, suppose only A is earning. How much is earning, Nana? A is earning how much? 1200. B is earning 0 and C is earning 0. How you will calculate the per capita income, Nana? So how many people are there? 3. And what is the total income of this country? This ABC here is now India. So the total income of India is 1200. And how many people are there? What is the population of India? 3. Then what is the per capita income? 400 rupees. Okay, got it? This is the way to calculate the per capita income. First, suppose A, B, C, D is there. How will you calculate the per capita income now? See, the total income is 1200 only. D is also earning 0. So, ikkada naluguru unnaramma. Only A is earning. Migitha valandaru no, they have no earnings. So, ikkada manam ela calculate chestam nalla, the total income of India is now here 1200. And how many people are there? There are 4 people. Now, what is the per capita income? 300 only. Sir, how we can increase the per capita income? How we will be increasing? 1200. C is also earning 1200 and D is also earning 1200. So, what is the total income of India is now? 1200 into 4 or 1200 plus 1200 plus 1200 plus 1200. How much? 4800. So total income is 4800. So what is per capita income? Total income by population. Total population. So what is the population here? A, B, C, D. How many members? 4. Okay. What is the per capita income? 1200 per capita income. This is the way of calculating the per capita income. So itla you have to increase the total income. Okay, we have to increase the total income, and this is the way of calculating per capita income. Next one, human development index. Human development index. Human development index. So human development index lo there are 3 points. They are again divided into 3 points. Life expectancy ratio. What is the first point, Amma? Life expectancy ratio. Life expectancy ante entamma ante, so life expectancy, first point. Second point, there are 3 points, and the first point, life expectancy ratio. Life expectancy rate. So earlier, people used to live for 75 years, 80 years, 90 years like that. Now, the average lifespan of the human being is now 65 like that only. Earlier, people used to live 70, 80, 90. Antena? Yes, earlier, this was 70 years, 80 years, 90 years, 100 years work. But nowadays, the average lifespan of the people is 60 to 65 only. Actually, the lifespan should be increased. Lifespan pergala taggala 100 years work. Now the average lifespan is now 65 only. ఒకప్పుడు ఎంత ఉండేదమ్మా 80, 90, 100 ఉండేది. ఇప్పుడు 60, 65 ఉంటుంది. సో యాక్చువల్లీ ద లైఫ్ ఎక్స్పెక్టెన్సీ రేట్ మస్ట్ ఇంక్రీజ్. బట్ ఏమవుతుంది ఇక్కడ తగ్గిపోతుంది. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ పాయింట్, standard of living. So standard of living ante earlier there is no telecommunication, there is no modern ways of cultivation, there is nothing. Now we are improving our infrastructure facilities, that means transport facilities and telecommunication facilities and hospital facilities.